Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
Bell Tire.
The Tigers completed a two-game sweep of the Reds at Comerica Park, and that series features some of the best defense the Tigers have played all year. Hopefully the Tigers have packed their gloves for the West Coast as we welcome you to Northern California's beautiful Bay Area. We're in Oakland tonight where it's game one in this three-game series, Tigers and the Athletics. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba. Kirk Gibson, glad to have you with us here for game one in the series. And Gibby, the Tigers played really well against the Reds, but now they come to the West Coast. Typically have not played well here, and they're taking on a really hot team.
Yeah, the Tigers haven't played well on the road anywhere they went this year, but it is a test. They played very good, very aggressive on the bases, played great defense. It'll be a different story here. Oakland is a very good team. They're the hottest team in baseball right now. The Tigers try to force them as they did the Reds. We'll see what happens, but they're going to have good pitching to keep up with this A's team.
All right, should be fun. Game one in the series, minutes away, but right now we send you back to the Call Sam Studios and Mickey York.
I would not wish that on anybody.
How about you? How would you characterize your driving?
I would characterize when you're in the back seat or next to me, a little on the timid side. And sometimes I get a little bit lost, which you don't help matters.
I don't help?
No, you don't help.
Earlier today, that was Kirk Gibson along with Bob Melvin, the manager of the Oakland Athletics, and we will bring you some of that conversation as the weekend goes on here at the Coliseum in Oakland. Tigers opening up a series here against the Athletics. It'll be the first of 3 here tonight between the Tigers and the A's. Beautiful night for baseball here in Oakland as the A's have taken the field now. The Tigers trying to build on the momentum they had in the 2-game sweep of the Cincinnati Reds last couple of days at Comerica Park, but they're taking on one of the hottest teams in baseball right now, the Athletics. Here's the Tigers starting lineup presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. It'll be Ronnie Rodriguez leading off at second base, then Nick Castellanos and Nico Goodrum. Hicks, Martinez, Candelario in the middle of the Tigers starting 9. McCann will catch Iglesias, and then Jacoby Jones rounding it out. They are facing the left-handed offerings of Brett Anderson, presented tonight by MGM Grand Detroit.
Brett Anderson, a former #1 pick, has been hurt lately. He spins a lot. He's got a fastball, slider, curveball, and change. And I just think that he's going to try. His last outing, he got beat up in Colorado because they got that thin air. But he'll be spinning a lot of curveballs, a lot of change-ups. Tiger hitters are going to have to stay back. Let's take a look at the A's starting defense. Mark Canha out there in left field. Ramon Laureano in his big league debut at center. Stephen Piscotty over at right. Simeon and Lowry up the middle. Matt Chapman, he's a good one. He makes some plays. Matt Olson is at first. Jonathan LaCroix behind the plate with Brett Anderson on the mound.
And we are ready for baseball here. The Tigers a West Coast swing. It'll bring them through Oakland and then Southern California. They will take on the Angels for 3 as well. Brett Anderson goes to work, and the first pitch is outside to Ronnie Rodriguez. Ronnie in the leadoff slot, batting .194 this year, no homers. And he'll sky this one to the right side of the infield, shallow right field. Lowry to the grass, 1 gone. It'll bring him Nick Castellanos.
Batting second, right fielder.
Castellanos trying to bust out of it. He was 1 for 19 on the last homestand. Yeah, you get the feeling sooner or later someone's got to pay.
Well, he's hitting almost 400 against lefties still, so maybe this will be the magic potion he needs.
Ball 1 to Castellanos. Nick still batting a healthy .286, 15 home runs. He has knocked in 58. And he'll look at a strike on the outer edge. .3 on the 90-mile-an-hour in the fastball. Every stadium you go to, you got to find out where everything is, right? It's always in a different spot. It's our first and only visit to the Coliseum here in Oakland this year. Tigers have not had good success against the A's, whether it's at home or on the road. They have lost 9 straight to the A's. Ooh, look out, that bounced in well in front of the plate and drilled Lucroy.
Last time we were in Detroit, had a long conversation with Jonathan Lucroy. Always been in the enemy, but to watch him work throughout the years, very good catcher, does a lot well behind the dish as a catcher and also with the stick.
In the air to center field, hit pretty good. Laureano going back to the wall to make the catch, and the rookie making his major league debut. He's tested early in this one defensively. Boy, Castellanos hit that a ton, but he is out number 2.
Yeah, good route there by the youngster. See, he makes the right turn. He turns to his right, does that little banana right to the ball. That wall out there is easy to run into, so you have nothing to worry about. But Nick's stung it good. That's a good sign for the remainder of the game.
Here is Nico Goodrum. Nico at .245, fresh off the Tiger Player of the Month in July award. And Ron Gardenhire has been batting 3rd in the lineup here tonight. He had 5 hits on the homestand. That's slapped to right field. Moving back toward the corner, Piscotty. He is there to make the play, and the Tigers go 1-2-3 in the first inning. here at the Coliseum, and Blaine Hardy is on the mound for the Tigers. He is presented by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
Well, 10 for 10 in pitching, a scoreless first inning as a starter. Hopefully he can keep that up. Fastball, slider, change. He'll throw an occasional curveball. Handled the 4, 5, 6 hitters very well in all of his starts. He'll have to handle the bottom guys. They've been a little trouble for him.
Their lineup presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Semien, Chapman, Lowry at the top. Davis, Olson, Piscotti in the middle. Canna, Lucroy, and Laureano, the rookie, batting ninth. Here we go. The first one from Hardy to Marcus Semien, who is batting .259. A little bit of pop at the top of the lineup. 7 homers for Semien. He pops this one up. Shallow left field. Goodrum coming in, and Nico will get there.
That's a high sky there. Always is in Oakland.
Batting second.
Hey, stay tuned to Tigers Live following the game. We'll be selecting the Fox Sports Detroit Tigers player of the game, presented by McDonald's.
Tell you what, Nico's glad he didn't have that ball on the afternoon game. This is one of the toughest skies in the league right here.
You know, Gardy was talking about that before the game. He said that day games here are really tough because of that sunlight.
Yeah,
a lot of foul ground here as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of fly balls to go get. If you look at the sidelines here, nobody has maybe a third of what this stadium has in the foul territory.
When the Tigers last met the Athletics, the A's swept 4 in that series at Comerica, and they were even without this guy right here, Matt Chapman, who's been a marvelous player for them this year. Chapman looks at a strike on the outer edge. 2-1. .268 with 13 homers, but his defensive abilities really stand out. In there, 2-2 now. Chapman. Tigers taking on an A's team that coming into play today, it slid right into that second wild card position in the American League. And he missed outside. 3-2 now on Chapman. Bob Melvin has the A's playing as well as any team in the major leagues right now.
1,000 wins, 600 here, just behind Tony La Russa. And the teammate from way back.
First swing and a miss.
First round pick back in 1981, and this game is starting quickly. Bunch of fly balls, a couple strikeouts.
Chapman down on strike. Jed Lowry coming up now. Time for the Bernstein advantage. Jed Lowry, highest batting average this season against the Tigers. .529. He had a huge series at Comerica Park in which he was 9 for 17. Tigers just could not get him out. Lowry really, I think, Gibby, is one of the more understated, really good players in this league.
Well, he is, and he's been around for quite some time. A switch hitter, and he'll sit on pitches, especially late when he's in pressure situations.
One ball, one strike on the veteran Jed Lowry.
When you're a veteran, that's what you do.
Hardy working quickly as he normally does. He'll throw outside. Blaine inserted back into the starting rotation. He's gone back and forth between the rotation and the bullpen. Michael Fulmer on the DL right now, so Blaine back in the starting rotation. That'll miss inside.
Let's take a look at the umpire, Pat Holberg, behind the plate. Most hitter-friendly strike zone in MLB over the last 2 seasons. Rarely calls high and low strikes. Tighter on the outside corners. We'll see if that plays out.
Strike called. He thought he had a walk, did Lowry. Not so, says Holberg, and already they're starting to beef with the home plate umpire.
You know, all this information we give on the umpires is actual data of evaluated pitches from his performance. But umpires can be just like a hitter. They can be on or off, and they can change their zone on any given game.
That is popped up behind the plate and headed back to the seats. Hoberg, you may or may not remember, was the home plate umpire, the game that Michael Fulmer pitched in Houston, and it was a very contentious afternoon because Fulmer let Hoberg know all afternoon long that he felt he was missing pitches.
Frustrated. What'd you think what Holberg did after the game? Good? The right way to do it?
He apologized to Michael Fulmer. That's line to center field. Jacoby is there. It's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Blaine Hardy. No score as we go to the second. Go to the top of the second now in Oakland. The Tigers athletics are scoreless, and John Hicks will get things rolling for the Tigers. It'll be Hicks, Martinez, and then Candelario facing lefty Brett Anderson. That ball popped up, and here's a lot of that foul ground we were talking about. It's going to be playable for Olsen. One gone. It'd be a part of history when the Tigers retired the number of 2018 Hall of Fame inductee Jack Morris prior to the Sunday, August 12th game. The Tigers taking on the Twins that day at 1:10. The on-field ceremony begins at 12:15. And the first 10,000 fans get a Jack Morris 1984 replica road jersey. Go to Tigers.com for more info.
Sure, Jack would be in rare form on that day.
To be sure.
He was at the Hall of Fame, did a great job. Looks forward to celebrating with his fans, though.
Victor Martinez stands in.
Now, on that fly ball there, that would have been in the dugout, probably at Comerica Park. Talking about the area in the foul territory.
Don't know if there's ever been any studies done on it, but I wonder how many extra outs throughout the course of the year a pitcher will get from foul balls here. It's got to be pretty sizable.
It does.
Victor chasing up top. 1-2 on Martinez.
Check the infield alignment out. A's are very good at their shifting, but have chosen to stay straight up.
Vemart is pretty good in this ballpark. He's always hit well here at the Coliseum and has showed some signs of life over the last couple of weeks. Victor had 4 hits on the last homestand. Went around, strike 3. Martinez is out of there, 2 gone. First strikeout now for Brett Anderson. By the way, if the Tigers combine for 3 or more home runs in this game, you know the drill. Bring a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow, and you'll get a free small order of curly fries. There's Candelario. Jamer had a slow homestand, only 2 for 15, batting .227.
However, he's hitting better off lefties, so maybe this is the little charge that he needs. Gets maybe started with a little jam shot, a little 2-out single, and a big fly from James McCann, who's on deck.
Well, Brett Anderson certainly is not the guy that broke in several years ago when he was throwing mid-90s from the left side. He's had a lot of injuries.
Well, a ton.
It'll miss high, and now Candy is up 3-0.
He's went through a lot of rehab sessions. Many people would give in. Anderson does not.
In there, a strike call. Jameru is on his way to first base. 14 homers this year for Candelario. 3-1 is ripped to center field, and Laureano comes in, makes a sliding play, and leaves a divot. Tigers again go 1-2-3. Saturday, August 11th, Tigers take on the Twins at 6:10, and the first 10,000 fans 21 and older receive a free Fiesta Tigres hat courtesy of Miller Lite. For tickets, go to tigers.com. Celebrate Fiesta Tigres. Here come the A's now as we go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Chris Davis, Matt Olson, and Steven Piscotty against lefty Blaine Hardy. Davis, man, he has been on a tear. He had a huge month of July. 20 RBIs since the All-Star break. 84 for the year. Swing and a miss.
He can hit a hanging slider. I remember way back, probably four years ago in spring training. First time I saw Chris Davis. Not a big guy at the time. Well, he's got some bat speed. Keep it out of his sweet swinging zone.
That'll miss outside. 1-2 now on Davis. Time now for StatCast AI, powered by AWS.
Look at there, only 18% over here. The rest is where they are.
Swing and a miss, and Davis out on strikes.
Change up. You'll see a lot of these probably all day from Blaine Hardy. Uses that fastball to just set up his changeup.
First baseman, 28.
Ball goes straight down, and Davis over top. So when you're a hitter and the pitch is down like that, it looks like it's going to be a fastball right there, and it disappears. Think you can hit that one?
No.
Starts Olson off with the curveball.
Hardy has struck out 2. He's retired the first 4 in a row. Olson, good power, fouls it straight back.
He swung the bat good over in Detroit. Hung in there against lefties.
The A's swept the Tigers in that 4-game series, and they have swept 3 separate 4-game series this year, have the A's.
Yeah, that wasn't a mistake.
No, and really that's the first time they've been able to do that since 1928, 3 of them on the road. You sweep a 4-gamer, man, that's hard to do.
Anywhere you're at.
Anywhere.
Let alone be on the road.
Little chopper to the right side, hit slowly, and it's going to roll foul.
Well, if you look at the A's, look where they were on June 15th, 34-36. Tonight, 64-46. That's 30-10. That's pretty good.
And only 5 games behind Houston now for the lead in the West. And as we mentioned, they've jumped into the 2nd wild card position.
And with the lowest payroll in the game.
Belton, right field line. Will it stay fair? That's the only question. And it is foul.
They might review this one.
Ooh, Olson thought he had it. He was rounding the bag, but it was ruled foul by first base umpire Jerry Davis.
Bob Melvin's out of the dugout. We have a pretty good shot of it right here. It was so high, it's kind of hard to tell where it went over the pole.
That is Jerry Davis, the crew chief. And here comes Bob Melvin now. He wants to talk with Pat Hoberg. I think you're right. It was hit so high that it was hard to tell whether or not that thing stayed fair or went foul. You don't want to look at it.
It's kind of a hanger up and in. Look at, he just also just kind of hangs.
The Athletics are challenging the
Goes
ruling
up
on the
and
field.
in. From here it looked like it was real close. It actually landed deep in the lower deck. Foul, but was it fair when it went around the pole?
And they will try and determine just that. Jerry Davis on the left is your crew chief.
Well, you know, with all the replays, you don't generally, we haven't seen these very much lately, but we got one today.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we really haven't had
Review.
too many of those in which they're deciding fair or foul on a home run. It's a foul ball.
He stayed with it.
That did not take very long.
Well, I don't, he gets no challenge on that, I don't believe.
Just an umpire review, correct?
Yeah. You go out there, it's the terminology that you give up. Would you do an umpire review on that?
1-2 on Olson. That'll skip low and away. 2-2.
Well, he got a good look right here. Yep, it's foul.
Yeah,
By
clearly.
2 inches.
Good call by Jerry Davis.
Boy, Olson's a big fella, isn't he?
He is. And we talked about his power. He's got 21 homers this year, which leads all first basemen. Little chopper foul first base side.
You want to keep that ball down, keep it on the ground with this big boy.
6'5", 241. Only 24 years old, made his major league debut last year. Holds that bat out over the home plate area. Always interesting to see the different stances and loads that players have. This one is not one that you see very often.
With the bat?
With the bat.
Where he starts. He's not looking for a fastball here. I think he's pretty much sitting off speed, fouling the fastballs off. So you keep feeding. I feed him the fastball up out of the zone.
Full count, 3-2 on Olson. Piscotty waiting on deck.
Pretty much a pull hitter.
Boy, Rodriguez way out there in short right field. That ball belted high in the air, foul ground. Ronnie giving it a run, but it's out of play.
That's unbelievable. He even had a shot at it.
So Olson now has turned this into an 11 pitch at bat. Number 12 coming up.
You know, just looking down at this field, it's so much different than what the Tigers have been playing on. The grass is different, the dirt is different, moisture level. So you're really going to have to make sure you catch the ball. If you're the Tigers, going to have to concentrate a little more until you get used to the surface. Good fast track generally to run the bases. Brutal sun in day games. As it gets colder, the ball will not fly.
And he draws a walk, and that was some kind of at bat there for Olson.
Pretty tight pitch to take for Olson, but he got the call.
Right fielder.
Tries to come in on him.
Steven Piscotty.
We wrote about, or we read about him being a hitter friendly. Not sure where that one was.
Blaine thought he had strike 3.
Came in on him.
A 13 pitch walk. Now Piscotty. Ball 1. Piscotty has power at 15 homers, although he has struggled of late. He's only 2 for his last 22 at bats. Ball too high, so all of a sudden now the pitch count for Hardy is jumping up here in the second. Ron Gardenhire bringing his team into a couple places where they have struggled to win lately. That's in the air towards center field, not deep. Coming in is Jones, still coming, runs it down. Jacoby with a fine running play.
Well, Jacoby, one of the best in defensive runs saved, actually second in the league. Gets a good jump on this, and he really gets motor. He's got those long strides and a good route right here. Catch it up off to the side. He was thinking about throwing it to get Olson, but smartly held on to it. Notice how Jacoby had that glove out to the side, that if you should overrun it or misjudge it, it gives you more flexibility to make an adjustment out there. That's from K-Line 101. See a lot of guys, they catch the ball right in front of themselves. You have more of a chance for to lose the ball behind your glove, or if it's a ground ball, you can't react to it on a bad hop. Just a line drive, you want to have your glove out to the side where you can watch it into the glove.
Mark Cannon, the batter here with 2 outs. Cannon batting .265. Swing and a miss. You're Chevrolet's most dependable player, and we look at Mark Cannon on a list with Nick Castellanos, the highest slugging percentages this year against lefties.
Mookie Betts continues to be on fire. Tigers are glad to be done with him. Boy, they're really going at it with the Yankees, aren't they?
They are indeed. Those numbers there against or in the American League only. That ball popped up. McCann behind the plate, coming back toward the screen, out of play. A couple of rows deep.
You really got to force yourself on these boundaries to not give up on the ball. James, a nice long look at that. Take you a day or so to get used to the surroundings and the depth perception. See the dimensions right here: 400 straightaway center, 330 down the lines, gaps 388. That's pretty sizable. when the cool air comes in at night, the ball goes nowhere.
Line to left, but foul. That'll ricochet around the empty seats.
A lot of the A's are way out front, pulling a lot of balls foul on Blaine Hardy.
1-2 on Mark Canha. The Red Sox, I should say, by the way, beat the Yankees 4-1. That's the final.
Really banged him last night. Bunch of home runs. Didi Gregorius had a couple of them.
Boston now opening up a lead in the East. That'll bounce in. Nice block by McCann to keep the runner right where he is. Olson does not advance.
This is about 57-foot off-speed pitch in the ground. Look at James. Get down quick on it. Keep it in front of him. That's the name of the game. Blocking for service, they call that. You do those drills in spring training almost every other day. Has to stay within the circle.
Canha stays alive. You mentioned the odd dimensions of this ballpark and some of the challenges. You know, we come in here just once a year to play in this ballpark. From an outfield standpoint, what are the biggest challenges out here?
Well, just 388, that's big. 400 is normal in a normal park, but like I said, it doesn't really carry right here. You got to know the walls. The center field is really gives a lot. Over in the gaps, maybe not so much.
Popped up. Shallow right field. It's Castellanos coming in, and Nicholas puts it away to retire the side. No runs, a walk, one left. Iglesias will bat second for the Tigers. Has a hit to this point. The Tigers have the bottom three coming up, and Menards brings you the big money encounter. Opponents versus pitch type here in 2018 for Brett Anderson.
Yeah, his slider has been the best. Actually, fastball not so good, and the curveball. He's throwing only 46% fastballs this year, lowest in his career.
McCann saw that third baseman Chapman way back, tried to lay down a bunt. You've seen James do that occasionally.
Yeah, you better be real good because Chapman really can pick it up and get it over there. Good idea. Chapman goes right back, though. He doesn't think James will do it again.
Oh, 1-2 on McCann. We're looking at those numbers on Anderson. Of course, they are really high on the fastball, as we showed you, and we talked about this. Give you the injuries really have robbed him of his mid-90s heat that he featured early in his career. And Mack looks at the ball low, 1-2.
Yeah, but it's most pitchers when they come into the game, they bring their velocity, and the more they pitch, if you throw 200 innings as a starter, it's going to fall off. So you do have to turn it into a pitcher, whether it's injury, whether it's just wear and tear, or endurance.
Sounded like a broken bat. Chapman has a one hopper at third. It throws him out.
Well, we showed you the results. Now let's look at the usage. 46% on the fastball and slider. So it's fastball slider quite a bit, and he's got the change in the curveball. I'd say he uses the curve the least.
Here is Iglesias. What would you say the average for starting pitchers are in terms of fastball usage? 46 seems really low.
Yeah, I would say over 50 for sure, maybe around 60-ish. Mid 50s to 60. But it depends what you got, you know?
Sure.
If you're Michael Fulmer, you're going to use your fastball a little more.
Iglesias is batting .268.
And all these 3- and 4-pitch pitchers, you know, they're searching for what's working, and they're going to go with it. And you also notice in every game, well, almost every game, you get a pitcher that's rolling that third at bat. They always do that just a little bit different, unless they're really having success against the hitter in a certain way.
Two and two on Iglesias, who put on a dazzling display with the glove again on the last homestand. It's been an absolutely marvelous year for Jose, whose name was being mentioned possibly at the trading deadline, but he is still with the Tigers. Ooh, he fought one off there out of the strike zone.
Yeah, there's still going to be some trades. I don't know if any Tigers will get traded, but they can still be run through what's called revocable waivers. If somebody claims them, they can pull them back. The Tigers can pull them back. So it's kind of an exercise, and most players pass through there. You know, if you got a guy with a huge contract that isn't having a very good year, those guys will all be going through waivers, because you pick him up, you got to pick up his salary.
That'll hang up long enough for Piscotty to run it down. 2 gone. Well, as you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the whole true moments later in tonight's game. Meanwhile, Brett Anderson has retired the first 8 consecutive Tigers he has faced.
Yeah, he's got 8, but he has struck out 1, and he's given up 3 rockets, line drive. So Tigers are going to get one to fall in here and need to put a couple together.
Jacoby batting in the 9 slot, pretty much has taken over center field with the trade of Leonis Martin.
Be patient here. He gets anxious in these situations. Look right down the middle and let her go.
Fastball late on it, and the count now is 2-1.
Yeah, sometimes Jacoby looks like he's in between. Like if it's 2-0 and you're looking for that heater, you got to really get that head out.
Another one fouled back out of play. So he was tardy there on a pair of 2-0 fastballs. 2-0, then 2-1.
Yeah, I don't think that he's going to get a heater here. Nothing in the strike zone, let me put it that way. See if he can get him to chase.
And down he goes on strikes. Jones going to run it down to first. Better hurry, and they just got him at first base.
And the rule says, I believe, if it's done unintentionally, it's in play.
was given the prestigious Sam Lacey Pioneer Award in the Motor City. And congratulations to Mr. Horton, who has done a tremendous job over the years for the Tigers and in their community as well. So congratulations, Willie. Great honor for Willie.
Yeah,
today.
Willie's looking a lot better. You know, we saw him in spring training. He looked like he was a little tired. We get to talk to him all the time, and he's going strong. He's a strong man, I tell you. Good man, too. Number 23, Willie Horton.
Jonathan Lucroy leading things off here in the third. It'll be Lucroy, Laureano, and Semyon. Lucroy batting .247, a couple of homers this year. Really wasn't all that long ago, 2016, in which Lucroy hit 24 home runs. The power over the last couple of years has really diminished for the A's catcher.
Yeah, but you know, he hits a lot of balls this way right here. Tigers are defending just a little bit. Really can handle that bat, especially with guys on base.
See if this one stays in play. Long run for Hicks, getting over there. Nicely done by Big John. One gone.
Tell you what, John Hicks, a lot of improvement at first base. Again, you have all this real estate over there. Takes a couple looks. Here's the biggie. See that mound there?
Number 22.
When you asked me what the biggest problem was, I omitted that. Pitching mound and a home plate down there. That's always comes into play. You got to be aware.
Yeah, you don't see that in very many ballparks anymore. The bullpens are located out beyond the outfield walls. Laureano gets a nice round of applause. His major league debut here for the Athletics.
The only other one is San Francisco, isn't it? Who else has got him out there?
Sounds about right. I don't know if anyone else has. It was a swing and a miss.
That's because I believe they forgot when they were building the stadium.
Yeah, they did.
That's what the rumor was. They forgot to put mounds in there.
Ground ball to short. Iglesias is there. Laureano running hard. He is nipped at the wire. Two gone.
Boy, he motored, didn't he? He closed quickly at first base.
He was smelling first major league hit, and he was giving it his best.
He gets out of the box very good right here. He really gets going. Good form. Play every day. You won't be running that hard on them all. Get wore down. That's good hustle.
Here is Marcus Semyon now with 2 outs.
About now, the sun's going to go down behind the stands here, and you're going to get a little moisture on that grass down there. Got to be cognizant of that. Throw it, don't get a seam. It's going to go errant on you.
Hardy had a 27 pitch second inning, so he's looking for a much quicker third. And much of that was that 13 pitch at bat by Olsen. Oberg goes up with the right hand. 2-1 on Semyon, who fly to left in his first at bat. 3 straight multi-hit games for Semyon. In there, a strike called, and Semyon now has a crooked look for Bat Hoberg. 2-2. Swing and a miss. He dusted him. Down he goes. A 1-2-3 third. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire. Tigers leadoff man will step in against Brett Anderson. And Ronnie tries to bunt, but pops it up foul. Rodriguez, Castellanos, and Goodrum here in the Tiger fourth. 9 straight retired by Anderson to start this one.
I'm going to look up Ronnie's first pitch swing rate. Very aggressive.
Yeah, it's got to be up there. Little chopper to the right side of the infield. Lowry with a running scoop, and 1 gone. 10 in a row retired now by Anderson. Time now for the DTE Energy Know Your Own Power, the highest hard hit rate this season. Look who's still on that list. Nick has been struggling lately, but still at 36.8%, trailing only Mookie Betts.
And hit 398 still off of lefties. Hit the ball well on the first one. Laureano went and got it. Nick out there in the first pitch. A lot of first pitch swings tonight. Like Ronnie Rodriguez, they're going to keep the ball on the corner. Marginal pitches, pitcher's pitches. He's going to have to make an adjustment. He's anxious. Got to show him he can wait for a good pitch.
Bouncer to second. Lowry has that one. 2 gone. Fans, forget catch games on TV. You can stream them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go. Download the app. Take Fox Sports Detroit and Tigers baseball with you wherever you go. Made available by Oakland University. Gardy was talking about this very thing before the game today, how the Tigers have been swinging often early in the count. There's another example.
5 straight pitches to start this inning.
And he thinks that the reason is it's a very young ball club. So as you mentioned, they get anxious. They worry about falling behind and not trusting their ability to hit behind in the count.
Let's look at Anderson. He can't wait to get the ball out of his hand. He took about 8 seconds that last pitch. Tigers swung at the first 5. Made 2 outs. It's not that they're not trying, but they got to slow it down.
Drilled to left field. And right into the glove of Mark Canha. It's another 1-2-3 inning. 12 in a row retired by Anderson. The fourth in a scoreless game, still looking for the first hit between these two squads. It'll be Matt Chapman, Jed Lowry, Chris Davis, 2, 3, and 4 facing Blaine Hardy. Strikeout victim in the first inning was Chapman. He'll foul that one back out of play. Now he is behind in the count 0-2. Last time Hardy faced these A's in a starting role back on the 26th of June, he gave up 6 runs in 4 innings. A much different result so far tonight. 1-2 now on Matt Chapman. Chopper left side of the infield. Easy hop there. Candelario. His throw is in time. One gone. And time for a game break now with Mickey York.
Now batting second baseman, number 8, Jed Lowry.
And we'll probably see showtime when the Tigers go to Anaheim next. It'll be the next opponent for the Tigers, the Angels. There's a strike called on Jed Lowry. Ohtani has been shut down in terms of pitching, but he can still swing the bats. Lowry fly to center his first time up. Did not go, says Jerry Davis. Two and one. Lowry was an all-star this year. Although coming off a slow month of July, 177 for Jed. High towering fly ball center field. Jones going back, still going back, had it measured all the way.
It gets dark out there where he went. You can actually see from the high looking down on the field. You get in center field there, the lights don't take quite as much effect, but
Designated hitter,
Jacoby
number 2,
got a beat on it, went and got it. Look how dark it is in here. See it? It's just a sensation that you got to deal with, that big brick wall up here and the regular wall. Just feels like it's closing in on you, but Jacoby knows where he's at. Easily puts it away.
Two gone for Chris Davis.
Funny thing about Chris Davis, as good as he is with all of his home runs, he doesn't hit lefties. Only 200, 274 against righties. So that's what you call a reverse split. I asked Bob Melvin, he said no reason. He really steps in the bucket there. You see that?
I was about to say that. That is a part of his batting approach, but it hadn't seemed to bother him in the last couple of years. I mean, this guy's going for 3 straight 30-homer years. He'll roll that one to the shortstop. Iglesias gobbles it up. And Davis is out of there. It'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Blaine Hardy. Pitching dominating game so far. The Tigers and A's, and this one has been dominated by both Brett Anderson and Blaine Hardy. Neither team with a hit so far is John Hicks.
Yeah, the Tigers 7 pitches last inning and swung at the first pitch here again. Very anxious. This is what Brett Anderson likes. I would slow him down. He's on that mound ready to go. I'd step out as long as I could. That's number 1. Number 2, I'd look up and out over the plate. I'd be willing to go deep in the count and stay middle on the swing, because it looks big and he's very deceptive tonight, you can tell.
Roll toward the shortstop, Semien. Hicks is gone, 1 away. Let's bring in Johnny Kane.
All right, Mario, we got a good one today. I'm with Colt Rosenzweig, who's been a Tigers fan since the 2nd grade, and you have a service dog with you and a service dog in training. Tell me their names.
So this is K-Line. He's my fully trained service dog. He's about 6 years old. And
Number
the
6.
one hiding behind my legs asleep is Karis, but her middle name is Lolich because I could not give a dog a first name of Lolich. It would just be too much. So, but they've got, like, can't really see Karis, but they're both wearing their matching orange and blue Tigers capes. They have Tigers collars, Tigers tags, and behind us or something, they're Tigers jammies.
Yeah, let's see the jammies here. I see you have the
Try him on, Johnny.
Tigers. I'm not trying it on. I'm not trying it on. All right, let's see this one
Okay,
here.
so this one's K-Line's, obviously, because it's a number 6, and it's got his Tigers patch, and then that one's Karis's. It's Tigers logos and stuff.
All right, and now you are officially scoring this game, so I'll give you a second to pencil that in. So we have dog jammies and everything out here, boys.
Dobermans are very high maintenance.
Dobermans are high maintenance.
They get cold.
Hey, Johnny, how
If you
about
don't cocoon them at nighttime baseball games in Northern California, they will get grumpy.
how about
The few
giving you
games
your
we've been to in
tie?
Detroit with K-Line, we didn't have to bring anything. It was really nice. It gets cold here now.
What are you saying, Gibby?
Why don't you give her put the tie on Lolich?
I don't think that the dog
Really
wants to
cute.
wear the necktie.
Yeah, that's neat though.
Gibby's up in the booth harassing.
I'm not harassing you. I'm just.
It's a little harassment. How great is this, though, huh?
That's really
K-Line
cool.
and
Good friends.
Karis Lolich. All right, well, good talking with you. Thanks for taking a few minutes, and go Tigers.
You too.
Thanks for
Go
being
Tigers.
a Tiger fan.
Back to you, Gibby. Mario.
All right, Johnny, thanks, buddy. Well, Lolich and K-Line, pretty cool. Looks like K-Line's snoozing right now.
Is that Lolich or is that K-Line?
No, that's K-Line right there.
Mickey seems like more of a snoozer, doesn't he?
Here's a ground ball right to the first baseman, Olsen. How about Brett Anderson now? Another 1-2-3 inning, 15 straight retired. K-Line's unimpressed.
Throwing a beauty, I tell you, there's good pitching in this stadium going on today. Plain's got everything working. He's got the slider, the changeup, occasional occasion. There's a changeup right there. Another one is keeping that pitch down. That's on Chris Davis. 4 innings, a walk, and 3 strikeouts.
So Hardy goes to work here against Matt Olson, who nearly homered against him but pulled it foul in his first at bat. But in the end, he had a 13-pitch at bat, resulting in a walk, and that has been the only base runner in this game for either side. 15 straight retired by Anderson, and now Hardy with 8 in a row set down. In there, a strike called. Well, it's the 5th inning, and that's usually when the bullpen starts to limber up a little bit, get loose. Big rip there by the lefty Olson.
Said he had a 13-pitch at bat. It's not like Hardy's going to throw something tricky this time. He saw everything he's got.
Piscotty and then Canna in the 5th inning for the A's. That'll bounce in well in front of the plate and beat up McCann. Hardy now at 70 pitches, but he had that 27 pitch second, which chewed up many of those.
I don't know if you can hear, but there's a fan being real not encouraging to Blaine Hardy. Typical Oakland style. There's some extra non-encouragement that comes out of the stand. This is one of the toughest stadiums, actually. You wouldn't believe it, but it's all good fun. We used to have a group out in center field called the Misfits.
Yeah.
And they just say the same 6 things over and over and over. No matter if you hit a grand slam or you struck out. It's just war on you.
So
turn around. And
we're terming it non-encouraging. Is that how we're terming things?
Yeah.
Here? There's the ball high, and it's going to be another walk. 2 walks for Matt Olson. He's the only guy that's reached base tonight.
Now batting right fielder, number 25, Steven.
Well, they got Melvin's Misfits. It's one thing Gardy said before the game. You know, when you come here, regardless of the size of the crowd, you can have some guys beating on some drums. There's always something going on in the stands. Big swing there by Piscotty, 0-1.
Tigers looking for a double play right here. Clean the bases up again.
Oh, 2. Olson is the only guy that has reached base tonight. 2 walks. Piscotty fly to center field in his last at bat. Swing and a miss, man. He was out in front of that pitch on that front foot.
Changeup, I believe.
Hardy chewed him up.
He's got great arm motion. These guys have seen it. They still can't lay off it. When it's down, it's dangerous.
Now batting left
Just
fielder,
going straight down.
number 20,
Chase McCann, he knows. He's down there to block it.
Here is Mark Canna. Ball 1.
I'm going to keep an eye on Olson over there. He doesn't run very often, but you never know. You get a tight game like this, a couple outs, try and make something happen. Blaine's really got it working on his pitches.
Well, for as good as the A's have been in this stretch, which has vaulted them into the wild card position, they're much better offensively on the road. They average about 3.9 runs per game at home, over 5.5 on the road, which obviously I think has something to do with this ballpark and the dimensions. Olson back in there standing up. These are also two clubs that are used to playing tight games. In fact, the A's are 19-9 in one-run games.
Bowmel, look at he gives these little signs. There could be something there. Goes to the ear. He's not going.
Swing and a miss, and they get out in front. 2-1.
See, he's got different counts. Most managers write different counts down. But they're going to do. That's Matt Williams there, and his third base coach. I worked under both of those guys, and good baseball men.
Swing and a miss.
This now you get to this count. You think about sending him on the swing. It's 2-2. Does it go to 3-2? Some of those signs. You see Matty looking in there now. Want him to go 3-2. But with a guy, you give signs when nobody else is looking. Little does he know that we're taking a peek.
Got him, strike three. Caught him looking, and Canna is carved up.
That's real good sequence right here. Gets down in the count 2-0 and throws two great changeups. Look at him going right down into the ground, and then the third pitch, he thinks maybe he's going to sneak a fastball by me. Comes right at him. He's down on strikes.
So back-to-back strikeouts for Blaine after the leadoff walk to Olsen. Here is Lucroy. Popped up at his only at bat. He is 0 for 1.
Watch that hole over there at second base. He'll try and go to it.
Driven to right field. Castellanos cruising back, has room, and the inning is over. No runs, a walk, one left. We go to the 6th. Bell Tire, for tires and auto service. Everybody needs a Bell Tire guy. And by Chevrolet, the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall. What a gorgeous night settling into the Bay Area here back in Oakland as the Tigers and A's crack open a 3-game series, also home of the Raiders. And neither team with a hit so far. As we go to the 6th inning, it'll be McCann, Iglesias, and Jones facing Brett Anderson, who had a 7-pitch 4th and a 9-pitch 5th. He's had only 1 3-ball count so far, so he's cruising. Time
for a knock.
Reverse those numbers.
And James did a good job. He stepped out right there. Anderson was on the mound.
And again, showing bunt. That'll draw Chapman in a bit at third. But he probably heads back.
Yeah, he'll sneak in a little bit probably on the pitch. He's on his toes.
Again, showing bunt. He drops it fair down the first base line. Nice play there by Lucroy, who got it before it went foul. One gone. Don't miss a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to celebrate the Hall of Fame induction and number retirements of Tiger greats Jack Morris and Alan Trammell at a special celebration dinner Thursday, the 9th of August at the Motor City Casino Hotel. Ticket packages include a private meet and greet and more. If you'd like ticket information, tigers.com/HOF dinner. That is your story tonight. Not a whole lot going on, unless you love pitching.
Tell you, umpire, home plate umpire, just keeps on going with that right hand. Both pitchers in the zone.
Iglesias flying out to right field in his first at bat.
Safe to say, you want to make sure you play fundamentally here as good as these two pitchers are throwing.
Rip fair down the left field line. The Tigers had the first hit of the ball game. It'll go to the corner, and Iglesias pulls in with a double. 16 straight had been retired by Anderson. That comes to an end here in the 6th.
Perfect game till that hit right there. Yep. Bullet.
Now batting.
He
number
waited back
21,
nicely, barreled it.
Jacoby Jones.
And Chapman can't even get it. 105 miles an hour off the bat by Iggy.
Whoa. And Chapman had no chance. How you doing over there?
Got a touchy talkback button.
The cough button, apparently it's not working all that well, is it?
Well, I had a Snickers in between it. It must have been.
I noticed that.
Candy lady came by. Brought us a hit. Now it gets a run.
That's right. Jacoby sends a ground ball left side, flattens out, but Chapman stays with it and throws him out. 2 away. Speaking of sweets, how many sweets have you had the last couple of days?
Well, I'm on a roll.
That's an understatement.
Now batting number 60.
Why is that an
Ronnie
understatement?
Cookie.
Rodriguez.
Let's see.
Oh, you gonna bust me?
Yeah, well, we're gonna run them down here.
Go
Cookie
ahead.
ice cream tonight, right? On the plane last night, I got to run this. I got to remember now. It's Ronnie Rodriguez.
Better hurry up. There's 2 outs in there.
Don't worry.
You won't get him in.
Oh, and Ronnie swings at the first pitch too. Watch. Oh, he takes it. Strike 1. So last night, on the flight over, you had a cookie, a brownie,
A big cookie,
a
it's
peach
peanut
cobbler
butter,
with ice cream.
7-Up cake. I had.
And that didn't even count your dinner.
Then I had room service last night too.
Oh boy. Ground ball third base side, gobbled up there again by Chapman, and that's going to end the inning. So the Tigers
Thanks for counting my calories.
in a double but strand a runner. A game ticket, a voucher for a beer, and the package is started just $19 per person. Tigers.com/Liney. Blaine Hardy goes back to work and fires a strike right at the knees of Laureano. He'll be followed by Semien and Chapman. Brett Anderson gave up his first hit. Now the A's trying to answer. Tigers failed to score, though. They left a double by Iglesias stranded. Laureano has power, hit 14 homers in the minors this year, and a swing and a miss. Man, Hardy is on one right now.
A lot of those are off-speed pitches. Has 80 miles an hour almost. Just pulls on. Great arm motion. He's got that arm motion. Looks like it's a fastball. Just right down out of the zone, diving. 5 strikeouts for Blaine Hardy. Who's at 6?
Got 6. Strike 1 on Semien. Strikeout, fly out for Marcus. Hardy basically just gets it and throws it. His pace has been really good all night. And he and McCann have been working in sync. He has given up just 2 walks, both to Matt Olson. Neither got farther than first base. That'll miss inside, and the count now 2-1.
Gonna come a changeup. That's what he's been getting away with.
Semien ground ball to short. Iglesias to his right. And there are 2 gone. And again, we bring in Johnny Kane.
Hey guys, out here in they call it the treehouse, the overflow area out here in center field. I was talking with James McCann before the game. And we were talking about how basically Blaine Hardy has, he's gone from starter to reliever, back to starter, back to reliever. And he says, really it's his demeanor that enables him to be able to have success in both those roles. He says, I wouldn't call him carefree. He said, because he obviously cares a lot. But he's just a guy who, as you said, he gets it and he throws it. I mean, he just kind of takes the approach of whatever you need for me today, guys, I'll go out there and do. So he's the ultimate team guy. And where we're looking at, some positive omens coming into this one. I don't know if you can see the Holy Toledo sign that they have here at the ballpark. Well, that was a Bill King trademark statement, the legendary broadcaster. He always said Holy Toledo, but just got me thinking about Blaine Hardy, who was 4-0 as a starter with the Toledo Mud Hens this year with a 0.74 ERA. So maybe Blaine saw that sign as well.
Well, I think the best way to describe him is a guy with a very slow heartbeat, and that has served him well. He has never really gotten too excited, too high or too low, and he's like that in the clubhouse as well. When you approach him and talk to him, everything is pretty even keel.
Yeah, he's a cool customer. He's one of the more enjoyable guys to talk because, or to talk with, just because, again, he doesn't veil anything that he says. He just kind of says what's on his mind. He goes out and goes to work, and brings his lunch pail.
Yeah, you could talk to Blaine on game day. He's doesn't get upended, uprooted. He's very clear in his thinking. He really trusts James McCann back there.
Now 2-2 on Matt Chapman, who is 0 for 2. Ground ball short, and there's Iglesias. It'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Blaine Hardy. He's retired 6 in a row.
Anderson throwing a beauty. He's got the Tigers off balance. Lots of ground balls, early fly balls. His struck out 2, does not walk anybody. He gave up his first hit of the game last inning. He had a perfect game going. I was looking on here. They have, you know, the MLB baseball app said perfect game. Now it's been replaced with something else, but I can't say it because it's a no-no.
Oh, don't do it.
You want to do it?
No, don't do it.
I'll just sit here and eat my Smarties. Yeah. I gave you the Snickers. You act like I'm the only.
By the way,
sweet tooth
where's
around.
this candy coming from? It's an endless supply, apparently.
Well, there's somebody that's sweet around here.
There's a base hit to right field. Nick Castellanos goes the other way with a leadoff single here in the 7th. That, by the way, snaps to 0 for 19 for Nick.
And watch this bullpen at Oakland. I don't know how deep they'll go with Brett Anderson.
Now batting, number 28, Nico.
Looks like they will start to stir now up beyond the left field wall, or the left field foul line, I should say.
Yeah, the third time around is like for most pitchers, advantage hitters.
Goodrum has flied out twice in this game. Well, nobody warming yet.
Here's our Xfinity high-speed pitch. Brett Anderson, 92 high, 82 low.
Two 2-0 on Nico. 2 fly ball outs for Goodrum in this game. Way high now. 3-0 from Anderson.
Only has 69 pitches. As high as 97 on the year. So he's got a ways to go. Unless the Tigers put some more pressure. Can I swing here?
Sure. Took the walk. Goodrum gave him every opportunity to call that ball a strike, and now 2 men on with nobody out. Well, fans, make sure to join us again tomorrow. The Tigers continue their series with the A's. All your game coverage begins at 8 right here on Fox Sports Detroit.
Anderson is getting a visit. Now, John Hicks, great situation right here. Man on first and second. Goodrum and Casti. Want to make sure you think middle to oppo. Do not want to roll it over. Of course, Brett Anderson is going to try and get you to hit into that double play. Got Hicks, Martinez, and Candelario. Candy's hit 2 bullets. 1 to center field, 1 to the second baseman. Get it up where you can get it in the air, get it in the gap, score a couple runs.
Ground ball and a pop up for Hicks. Ground ball. Chapman will go to second, 1, relay to first, double play. A 5-4-3 Taylor made right at the third baseman.
Made the pitch and he bit.
Again, that's something that Gardy talked about.
Well, I mean,
First pitch swing.
Yeah, well, he made a good pitch. Crowded him. Jammed him. Going right down into the ground. But trust me, you're up the plate. It looks good. It's not slow motion on the TV. It's tough. It's trying to do good. Just a poor result.
Here is Vimar now with 2 outs. Nick takes third.
John Hicks is going to win the game for us. I feel it.
I'll take it. And a strike called on Martinez. Victor struck out and a ground out. It's the first time either team has gotten a base runner to third base in this game. Tigers got a double in the 6th with 1 out, but could not advance Iglesias as Yusmeiro Petit warms up.
Interesting that he's got Petit up. He's got some power arms down there.
Chop to the shortstop. Semien has it there, and Brett Anderson pitches out of the jam. Coming up, a Consumers Energy 7th inning stretch. Game. Tigers let a great opportunity go. First and second, nobody out, but a double play ball thwarted that. And now Blaine Hardy goes to work in the 7th. Jed Lowry leads it off. Lowry, Davis, Olson facing Blaine. It's fouled straight back. So the pitch count becoming an issue now as the Tigers get Coleman warming up. 95 pitches has just equaled his season high. That was also against the A's. That'll miss outside. Uncharted territory now for Hardy this year.
Yeah, and there's a reason they might leave him in a little longer. And I'm not saying.
I'm not either. You all can figure it out. Ground ball left side, deep in the hole. Iglesias, tough play, quick throw, not in time. An infield hit, and that is the first hit of the game for the Athletics.
Just found a hole, ground ball, not hard hit, and Iglesias does the best he can.
I mean, not even Jose could get enough on that throw to throw it.
Well, Lowry runs very well. Just got to stay tuned in. He's been throwing great pitches.
6 no-hit innings for Blaine Hardy tonight. Anderson had a perfect game until he gave up a hit. The Iglesias double, and that was in the 6th. Crowd starting to wake up a little bit now with their first hit. Davis strikeout, ground out. Here is where Davis has done some of his best work this year. 13 of his home runs have come from the 7th inning or later. He has hit some clutch ones for them this year, and Hardy trying to avoid that.
Yeah, he goes to school. That's why he understands what they're going to do to him, and he gets a pitch.
Wave and a miss.
Now, look at this pitch. They're throwing Chris Davis, everything on the outside part of the plate. He kind of steps in the bucket, and he's keeping it out there and make a mistake. Look, watch his front foot. Look how he steps in the bucket. He's not trying to hit it the other way. He got some bat speed. Woo. Jed Lowry, he used to run a lot. He's not stolen base yet this year. get a little older, sometimes you don't steal because you could snap something.
A's are dead last in stolen bases. Not a part of their game. Way high. 1-2 now on Chris Davis.
101 pitches.
Gardy, Rick Anderson. The wheels are turning right now. Fouled away.
Just staying on that outside part. Davis is starting to dive. Your temptation is to try and sneak one in there on him. If I did it, I'd have to be like something down in the dirt, way off the plate. He might swing at it.
That's in the dirt, but Lowry going nowhere.
2-2.
Hardy at 103 now.
Probably feeling it a little bit.
Coleman warming up for the Tigers. Juris Familia now is up for the Athletics in their bullpen. You can see now with the runner at first base, the pace is slowing down considerably for Blaine.
Yeah, he's come too far. Make a mistake, wants to think it out. Got to feed the birds too, you know.
Fly ball in the air towards center field, pretty deep but playable. Castellanos back, and Davis is out, one gone.
Here's our Comerica Bank game summary. Been pretty good. Look at these two starters, Brett Anderson and Blaine Hardy, locked up. Anderson threw 7, only 2 hits, no runs. Blaine Hardy 6 and where's he got 6 and 2, 6 and a third, no runs, only 1 hit, 6 strikeouts for Hardy.
Here is Matt Olson, who has walked twice in this game. Up and in, 1-0.
Of all the people, he's had the best at bats. They actually had a ball that was fouled by a foot.
Yeah.
That was the first at bat in the second inning.
Which, by the way, is a 13 pitch at bat, and now Hardy trying to dig deep here. Ground ball to second, gobbled up there by Rodriguez to second, 1 and a double play. Blaine Hardy with a masterful performance tonight gets the 4-6-3. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire. Your expectations of what a bank can be come to Comerica. Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. See why Chevy drives the Motor City. And by Wallside Windows, we can do that. We are the factory. What a whale of a ball game we have here tonight in Oakland to crack open this 6-game West Coast swing. No score. Jury's Familia coming in now for the Athletics in a Wallside Windows pitching change.
Well, over in the Mets didn't have as good a control, although he did have 51 strikeouts and 16 walks. Opponents only hitting .219 off him since he's been over here. His fastball and slider, opponents are only 3 for 24 with that, with 8 strikeouts. Small sample size, but you want to look at the strikes thrown by this big guy.
First pitch rolled toward first base, scooped up there by Olsen. Another 1 pitch out. I mean, it's almost as if Gardy was prophetic before the game today, saying how this has been something that has plagued his team this year.
The early swings.
Early swings.
Early swings are okay if you get a good one and you stay aggressive.
Now batting.
You don't want to
number
adjust
34,
to anything that's
James
away. You don't want to
McCann.
reach. You don't want to get jammed. You don't want to slow your bat down. But it's easier said than done. But the good ones, as they develop, they do it.
And that is the key term there, develop. And there is some room for development as you look at Blaine Hardy, who just charged off the mound and had a bit of a mini fist pump when he got that double play ball to end the inning.
Yeah, Candelario, I mean, he's got a ways to go. He shows great promise. I'd say it takes you 5 years really to really trust it. And you really get in these situations and you go up there with the game plan and you hold to it and trust that if it's no balls and 2 strikes by doing your game plan, you still can battle your way on.
But that takes time, right?
Yeah, well, it's you just got you know it, and they'll sit and talk about it, and they'll, you know, like I would say, I'm going to go up and take 2 strikes, and that's when I get the first pitch.
Yeah. You can tell yourself that, but still go up there and do it.
Because when he's competing, you're competing against that pitcher on the mound. It's just, it looks so good. But now you're trying to hit a home run. Let's face it, and influence the game with 1 swing at the bat, and that's never really good, unless you're in BP. Because the ball's coming in about 55, 65.
2-0 is back up the middle and into center field, a base hit. Little looping liner for McCann. The Tigers have 1 on now with 1 out. MLB.TV is now available at a lower price for $59.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game, plus get free subscription to MLB at Bat Premium. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV to take advantage.
Interesting play right here. McCann is on leadoff. Do you pinch run for him? Tigers have chose not to, but when he gets to second, let's see what happens. Now Hicks is in first base, so yeah, you could pinch run and insert a Ducey in there. He plays first base as well. You could move Hicks to catcher.
Iglesias looks at a strike.
But then do you compromise your defense at catcher by taking McCann out?
That's why I don't manage. Or ever could.
Well, it's easy to manage from up here. You can do it.
It's a breeze. Iglesias had a double in the 6th with 1 out. Tigers could not advance him, though. In the air toward left field, not deep. Coming in is Canna. Iglesias out 2 away.
Now, Jose Iglesias has come a long way this year, both defensively and at the plate. I would say when he's a finished product at the plate, he'd be able to hit and run in a situation like that. He has the ability to do it. He can make contact. He's not quite there yet, though, but a good player.
Here is Jacoby Jones.
Again, you're looking, how do you become a championship team? How do you score a run? How do you scratch a run out here? Those are just some suggestions that you hope you have in your tool shed.
Jacoby on the first pitch, forces out the runner at second. Inning over. We go to the bottom of the 8th.
for the Miller Light Hold True Mump. Blaine Hardy, what a beauty. 7 innings pitched. Had runners in 3 innings, took care of it. The biggest in the 7th inning when he got the double play. A great mix of changeups, fastballs, and curveballs. He just mowed them down. Got strong as the game went on. Finished with over 100 pitches. There's the big double play in the 7th. We still got a tie score, none apiece.
Ball side windows pitching change now. Lewis Coleman coming on for the Tigers.
No room for mistakes now. Coleman comes into a real tight game, 3.52 ERA. He's gotten out of some good jams, and Gardy's hoping that he could get through a clean inning here.
Piscotty, Canna, and Lucroy in the 8th. 7 scoreless tonight for Blaine Hardy. He allowed 1 measly hit. A couple of walks. 1 ball and 1 strike on Piscotty. Trying to keep him in the ballpark. He has 15 home runs, although 13 of those have come on the road. Driven in the air toward left center field. This one looks like trouble, and that ball is up against the wall. Piscotty going to second. He is in there with a leadoff double. Go-ahead run is on for the Athletics.
Kind of a hanging spinner right there. He just drops the head right on it. It's up the gap. Good job of Jacoby. Gets over there and plays it as good as he can. Gets it in as quickly as he can. And Piscotty with a leadoff double.
Now batting, left fielder, number 20.
Here's Mark Canna. A's have their closer warming up now. Blake Trinan is tuning up.
Good try and get him over. If you're Coleman, you might want to think about pounding him in.
Candelario is even with the bag at third base. Canna looks at a strike, 0-1. A double by Piscotty, only the 2nd hit tonight for the A's offense.
Everybody think you got to make sure you field it, get it out.
Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Canna. Fly ball strikeout. There is double barrel action. Stump the lefty, Wilson the righty. Jonathan Lucroy waiting on deck.
And Lucroy will squeeze.
Swing and a miss. Canna had a big rip.
That little sidearm 89's got some finish on the inside corner. Canna's going to have to guard against that slider, so it's why he blew that one right by him. Fastball.
Ball high, level the count now at 2-2. Coleman replacing the starter Hardy here in the 8th. Gave up the leadoff double to Piscotty. Swing and a miss. He dusted him. Down he goes. Big out, 1 gone.
Biggest so far. Got a guy on second, nobody out. Look at those first pitches, throwing him everywhere, down, away, in, and up. He cuts with the sidearm. Heater again, he's looking slider, and down he goes.
So here is Lucroy now with one out. This is where the A's do their best work. They lead the major leagues with runs in the 8th inning, 84 of them this year. That's why they've won so many one-run games.
I see the outfield defense. Nick just moved around and in. LaCroix's going to try and go out that way to right field, right center field. Tigers are shifting LaCroix to pull. Not a full shift, modified shift. So they're expecting him to pull it on the ground, other way in the air.
Popped him up, shallow right field. Castellanos under it, and there are 2 gone. So Coleman comes back nicely. Here is the upcoming matchup presented by Wallside Windows. Tomorrow it's going to be Zimmerman and Jackson. Game 2 in this series. Jackson, a former Tiger.
Ramon Laureano
Will be on the air at 8 o'clock with Tigers Live. So here is the rookie Ramon Laureano at his major league debut. He is 0 for 2.
Scary. This kid runs. Keep looking at my watch, but I can't find it.
Time call now. Here comes Rick Anderson. How about we take a look at the updated Ram pick the stick? I can't imagine there's a whole lot going on tonight. And there isn't.
Nicky's got 2.
Well, that's right. He had Iglesias.
Spins that lead.
So Laureano steps in. Coleman trying to pitch around the lead-off double. The strikeout of Canna turned out to be big because they could not get that go-ahead run to third. Ball 1.
Laureano, he's really jumpy right there. Looked like he was diving.
Laureano was just called up today.
This foot here went right in here, right jumping right towards that outside guard of the plate, expecting the ball to be out there.
2-0.
This was the first pitch right here. Watch that front foot. He's expecting it away. Just running up on it. He's excited. I would be too.
Ground ball to third, gobbled up there by Candelario, and his throw in time for the out to retire the side. Nice job by Coleman. All right, we'll hold you to it, Mick. It's going to be Ronnie Rodriguez to lead things off against Blake Trinan, who is on the ball game now. Their closer coming in a scoreless game here in the ninth in the Wallside Windows pitching change.
Blake, he's firm. Just threw that one right there. 98-46 game. He's got 27 saves. The ERA at only 1. Good heater, good slider.
Ooh, man.
98 mile an hour right there. We're looking at the Tigers swinging at the first pitch, 9 times swinging at the first pitch, 3 outs made on the first pitch. So that's 12 of 27. So now with this big boy on the mound, I think you don't want to let anything go by if it's close.
Broke at bat, slicing foul. 1-2 on Ronnie. Trinan's ERA of 1 is the lowest among relievers in the major leagues. He has stepped into the closing role here and grabbed it firmly.
Opponent's hitting only 175 when the at bat ends with a fastball. Whiffing at 30% of their swings against his fastball.
Wave and a miss, and Rodriguez down on a 99-mile-an-hour heater.
Well, here he goes. 3 fastballs in a row. Got a little bit of movement on it.
Now batting.
You can see batting average against 175 on base. And the whiff rate is dominant. Got to find a way. And leave it up to Nick.
Singled in the 7th. It was the best Tigers scoring chance of the night. A single, a walk to lead off the inning. But Anderson got a double play.
Starts Nick off with the slider. The Tigers, I believe, have Greeny up. Is that Willie? This is where Green will have to get up every inning and stay loose.
Ball 2.
But they won't bring him in unless the Tigers have the lead. So you get loose and stay loose. Yep, there's Greeny and there's Willie. Get the head out, Nick.
Power against power there. 98, threw it by him.
Look at this pitch disappears. It's a 2-0 pitch. Well, look at it go down and in.
Wow.
A lot of movement there. He was thinking right. It looked like it was going to be right there, but it wasn't. So you wonder why some guys 98 give it up and some don't. That's good movement.
Three and 1. Nico Goodrum on deck as you look at the Tiger box. 3 hits for the Tigers. We'll count now 3 and 2.
A big tough pitch to hit there. Right on the outside corner. Borderline. 98, 99 mile an hour.
A's have some arms at the back end of their pen that can bring it. Drilled to left field on a line, and it's a base hit. Castellanos wins that battle. It's a 1-out single.
Well, nobody has even looked like they could get around on the slider, Blake Trinan's slider. So he's just coming with heat. That's his bread and butter pitch. Got it out over the plate, and Nick smacked it. They'll leave it up to Nico.
And the Tigers have the go-ahead run on now. Goodrum will step in. He had a walk in his last at bat. Nico has showed he can hit a fastball. And he'll look at a ball outside 1-0.
That's smart. See how far that ball moved? It looked like it was right on the outside part of the plate. Nico looked like he was taken all the way. You want to know that. That ball's got to start more inside on you. Nick with the modest lead over there at 7 feet. Good secondary lead. In case Nico hits one in the gap, you want to make sure you can score. Kind of Ramon the Bone. Going to give him some talk. Sometimes you have flash signs. Do not think that Nick would be going here. You want to stay right there and leave Nico that hole. Nick goes first to third. We're in business with John Hicks up next.
Runner goes. Here's the throw down to second. Not a good one into center field. Castellanos will have to hold. It'll be a stolen base for Nick, his second of the year.
Nice walk-in lead there. 2 steals, none caught. Here's an example of Gardy trying to make something happen. No pressure and get it done. Good backup there by the rookie. In center field, Laureano.
Tigers now have the go-ahead run in scoring position here against Trinan. Time called now. We'll get a mound visit from Lucroy.
Could be just plain signs. Could be, let's do this. No, let's do that. You got a guy in second, Castellanos. He's going to be looking in there. You got a guy that throws this hard. If you had the ability to decipher the signs or see a grip in that glove, I'd sure want to know if I was at the plate.
Bouncer right back to the mound. Trinan will handle it. Nico is out of there, and Castellanos will hold 2 away. That'll bring up John Hicks.
Ball got a little deep on him.
Number 55, John Hicks.
Remember what I said last time when he hit the double play about Hicks? He's going to win the game. Here he is. Getting his shot anyway. That's all you can ask for.
He was up there with 2 on and nobody out on the 7th and hit into a 6-4-3, or 5-4-3, but now a chance to give his team the lead. Brett Anderson tonight went 5 1/3 perfect innings before a double by Iglesias broke that up. Both starters great tonight. Hardy as well gave up just 1 hit.
Tigers with 4 hits, 2 for the Athletics.
Swing and a miss. Now it's 0-2 on John Hicks with Castellanos at second. Come on, John.
He tried to pull that 90-mile-an-hour slider. As hard as he throws, it's hard to convince yourself not to swing harder.
Didn't go. Jerry Davis said he held up. 1-2.
If John can stay back, that slider is not as good as his fastball. His fastball is great movement. His slider's coming in at 90. Love him to hang him on to John Hicks right here. Let him forget about that double play.
Ground ball just outside of the bag at first. He just missed it.
Good approach though. Guarding against the slider. Now if you're the catcher, LaCroix, you might read that and say he's sitting on the slider. Come with another heater. Maybe something out of the zone with the 1-2 count.
18th pitch now for Trinan. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Trinan pitching out of the jam here in the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 9th. No score. score as we go to the bottom of the ninth. All zeros. Mario and Kirk back here at the ballpark in Oakland. And what more can you say about the two starters in this one? They were fantastic.
Well, they threw bangles, I guess. But has great pitching. Hardy, Brett Anderson, both had no hitters. One was a perfect game. Worked fast. There really has been minimal opportunities to score a run. However, Tigers have had a couple and haven't been able to get them in, and the A's have had maybe one time, and we're in the bottom of the ninth.
Top of the order coming up for the A's as Alex Wilson checks in. There's a high fly ball into shallow center field. It's going to be Jacoby Jones under it, and one pitch, one gone.
You look back at the Tigers last inning, they get a strikeout, then a double or a single by Nick, steals the base. Nico with the ground ball to the pitcher, but John Hicks almost got one inside the bag at first. Didn't happen. Got to have some resiliency here and keep the A's off the board like you have the first 8.
Wilson on via the wall side windows pitching change, and Chapman will step in now. One out, nobody on. Wilson delivers a strike. 0-1 on Matt Chapman, who is 0 for 3. On the ground a couple of times and a strikeout. Slice to right, base hit. A 1-out single for Chapman. Didn't want to see Lowry come up with anybody on base, but that'll be the case.
Well, he beat the Tigers up pretty good. Alex Wilson, look at his Wednesday, Sunday, July 25th at KC, had one rough one. He's been in these situations before, but Jed Lowry is the hottest hitter against the Tigers we've seen this year.
Lowry had an infield single in the 7th inning, which broke up the no-hit attempt by Blaine Hardy. 6 no-hit innings. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
See if the A's try to steal a base.
Lowry is 10 for 20 against Tigers pitching this year. Not to mention an 11-game hitting streak versus the Tigers overall. Ground ball up the middle, and it's going to be Iglesias. Can't handle it, and everybody is safe. There are 2 men on now with 1 out. So it looked like Iglesias was going to make another circus play.
Looked like he slipped to me. Maybe a little miscommunication with Ronnie. Looks like he had it.
He tried to flip it out of his glove.
That's what he did.
Yeah.
Tried to flip it to Ronnie.
That time it wouldn't come out cleanly.
But it had to have been a good play anyway. First and second one down.
Number 2.
Here is Chris Davis. Strikeout, ground out, fly out.
Got to try and get him to chase. One of his key pitches is his cutter, which he throws in the zone only 29% of the time, but he gets a lot of chases.
.314 since July the 1st. He has been really good in the second half. Swing and a miss.
Tigers just keep on throwing Chris Davis away. Davis just keeps waiting for that one middle in. He's missed everything away, pulling off the ball. Keep it that way.
I don't know why you'd ever pitch a middle in.
No, he's got huge pop.
Fouled away now, 1-2. Singles by Chapman and Lowry. No score, bottom of the 9th inning here in Oakland. Hardy won 7, Coleman the 8th, and now Wilson here in the 9th. Ground ball left side. This could be 2, 6, 4, 3 double play. Inning is over as Wilson gets the big twin killing. Extra innings. What a view of the Golden Gate Bridge.
I want to go swimming, huh?
No.
Looks great. The Speedo?
Double no.
You never fight for anything fun.
Here is Victor Martinez as we go to the 10th inning. 0-0 game. Both teams have had some late chances.
That was a tough pitch. See that slider? He threw it inside. Victor was hunting that fastball. Has not swung at a first pitch tonight. Thought he'd jump him, and they threw a nasty slider right underneath the hands.
So Blake Trinan is out there for his 2nd inning. Martinez, Candelario, McCann, and Evimard rolls it foul right at Santiago. Boy, if you're a base coach here and you want to hand out foul balls, man, you got to put something behind it.
Yeah.
You can't just lob it in the seats. You got to throw it.
Need a relay man. Hit the relay.
0-2 on Victor. Swing and a miss, and Martinez out of there, 1 gone.
All sliders.
3 strikeouts now for Trinan.
Look at Trinan's slider again.
Now batting.
Straight down. That looked like a curveball there.
Candelario.
And you're cheating to get 98. Hard to stop the bat.
Here's Jamer.
Well, they called that a slider. It looked more like a curveball to me, that ball. A lot longer than a slider.
Candy is 0 for 3. He has rolled out twice to the first baseman. Also hit a bullet to the center fielder Laureano. That was back in the 2nd. He'll slice that one to left field. It'll drop. Base hit. Jamer goes the other way with a 1-out single.
Jamer may be another candidate to sneak attack. Is trying is
Number 34.
very slow to the plate.
James McCann.
Served it out there nicely. Need a gapper.
Here is McCann, a single in his last at bat. Chapman is back, step toward the line at third base, and Mack looks at a ball low. Treinen working against the bottom of the Tigers lineup this inning, and that's fouled back out of play.
Tigers bullpen going again. There's Greeny again every inning. It's a real art. Only bring your closer in when you have the lead on the road. So he's just, you got to make sure if you're the bullpen coach down there, you got to convince him you don't need to throw that much. Remember, they get 8 pitches out of the mound. So he's just got to stay lukewarm to get ready in case he's needed.
Ooh. McCann did not like that call.
Well, he'll be looking for that for his pitchers. Can't hit it, so took it, rightly so.
1-2 now on James.
Looks like James saw that pitch pretty good to me.
This is the 16th time this year that Treinen has gone more than 1 inning.
We've already used Familia. We got one more hard thrower down there.
Off the plate at 97 miles an hour. Treinen wanted that one, didn't get it.
Yeah, what happened there was, look where the catcher sets up. He misses the target and had to reach for it. LaCroix. And Pat Holbert is not going to bite. You can see LaCroix giving signs what sign it is. So his first signs off the body, and the shin guards tell him what sign it is when he puts him down. So it's not as confusing as it looks. It might be his second touch. So if it's left knee or right knee, left knee may be first sign, right knee could be third sign, the cup could be the second sign.
Runner goes, and a ball inside. That'll be a walk.
I think he called him out.
Oh, did he call him out? Oh, McCann stood there at home plate, couldn't believe it, and he is out of there. It'll be a steal for Candelario. He is in scoring position. McCann begrudgingly walks back to the bench.
Jose Iglesias.
I'd be real careful if I was the A's. Iggy could put the bat on the ball. Who would you like? Would you, you're Bob Melvin, would you walk him or would you pitch to him?
Got Jacoby on deck. Iglesias a contact hitter. First base open.
Melgardi could pinch hit for Jacoby.
You would at least have to consider putting him on base. Tigers have Gerber, Adduci, and Reyes on their bench.
And the A's have no lefties up.
Treinen now with 4 strikeouts. Sliced in the air to right field, sinking, and a diving play in right field by Piscotty. He saved the day for the A's. What a play by Piscotty in right, and he hung on. No score in this one. The Tigers had an opportunity, but great play by the right fielder Piscotty to save the day for the A's, at least for now.
In the at-bat before that, James McCann thought it was a questionable call on the inside. He got away with one earlier. They did not get the call there on the stolen base. So that kind of took the Tigers out of it, but got to regroup. We got a new pitcher. The wall side windows pitching change. Victor Alcantara. 8th game for the Tigers this season. ERA of 1.17. He's throwing the ball pretty well. 2 strikeouts and a walk.
So Alcantara will face Olson, Piscotty, and Canna. The Athletics had a chance in the bottom of the 9th, 2 on, 1 out, and Davis hit into a double play. Be careful here to Olson, 21 home runs. And he'll look at his strike, 0-1. Coleman is scoreless 8th. Wilson is scoreless 9th, and now Alcantara. There's the red zone for Olson. There's a base hit down the line. Could be extra bases. Castellanos digging it up. And into second with the leadoff double is Olson.
No, John Hicks didn't get a very good jump on that, but here comes the guy who's made the play of the game. Piscotty in right field. Going to have a pinch runner. This play right here, a 36% chance of catching this, 34% chance of catching this ball. He came a long way and made the play of the game so far. Here he is with a chance to hit in the go-ahead run in the game winner for the Oakland Athletics. Quite an inning opportunity.
Franklin Barreto will pinch run at second for Olson as Piscotty stands in.
Right fielder, Evan Piscotty.
Well, they got a leadoff double in the 8th, but couldn't score him. Now a leadoff double in the 10th. Ground ball left side. They're going to try and get the third throw. Tag, got him.
What a play.
Barreto is thrown out at third base.
The impressive thing here is how Iglesias quickly did it and threw it right to the tag. This ball was right to the tag, down right on the leg. This was not an easy play. Barreto came way off there quickly. Ball's right on target.
Number 20, Mark Cannon.
Usually don't go when the ball's in front of you.
Great play by Iglesias. Tigers will certainly take that. Good exchange, and now here is Canna. Ball 1 to Mark Canna. These two teams have combined to go 0 for 12 with men in scoring position tonight. And they both have had chances late in this contest. Two and 0. Petit is once again throwing in their bullpen. Yusmeiro Petit. He was up earlier.
Now he's more of a length guy, so they plan on going with him more than 1 inning. He's a spot starter, long guy.
A huge swing there by Canna.
Well, he doesn't let up at all, does he? Been letting it go all night.
He is fanned twice.
Candy's on the line over there at third. Outfielder is very deep. Want to make him get 2 hits. Have to get 2 hits to score this run. James McCann behind the plate. A lot of responsibility. Got to get down on the balls in the dirt.
Grounded toward third deep behind the bag. They'll go to second one. Relay. Another double play for the Tigers. And once again, they pitch around a leadoff double. Still do not have a winner in this ball game. Still looking for our first run as we go to the 11th. The Tigers and A's have both had chances deep in this game. Now, Yusmero Petit will come on to throw for the Athletics in the 11th inning. He's allowed just 3 earned runs in his last 18 2/3. And the Tigers have Jacoby Jones to get things started here in the 11th. Jacoby shatters his bat.
Now you asked me a great question in between. The A's don't believe in advancing, right? They had 2 times they had a chance to bunt the runner over. So you got a guy on first, right? Well, you're talking about the guy on second. Man on second.
Right, leadoff doubles twice.
Man on second with nobody out, you have a 63% chance of scoring a run. And in third with 1 out, you have a 65% chance. This was on an old run matrix that I just pulled up.
Well, I guess not even bunting the runner up, but at least trying to hit the ball the other way to right field or do anything to move that runner up to third base.
I would agree. They're a young team as well. I think if you're hitting it the other way, it makes sense because you can still get a hit as well trying to advance him to the right side of the diamond. Jacoby didn't like that, did he?
Jones is 0 for 3.
Petit's pretty good. He's sneaky fastball. He's got all the pitches. Very calm and very cool. We'll use his aggressiveness against him. Out of the zone. Now see, this is the kind of play for a guy like Jacoby. If he could take his time, look at infielders are way back. If somehow you could get a bunt down, right? Just take your time and get it down and use your wheels. Struggling at the plate recently. Does have a knock tonight, doesn't he?
Nope, he's 0 for 3 tonight.
Had one last night on the off day.
So they got 2 innings out of Trinan. Familia pitched the 8th, so 2 of their harder throwers at the back end of the bullpen are now done for the night. That's in the air down the left field line. It's going to hook though and go foul. Tigers had first and second, nobody out in the 7th, couldn't score. A 1-out single in the 8th, a 1-out single and a steal in the 9th, and a 1-out single and a steal in the 10th. The A's have had just as many opportunities, if not better opportunities. Popped up. Shallow right field to foul ground is the first baseman Canna. One gone. Canna taking over at first base. Olsen out of the game. Martinez come on to play left field.
Number 60, Ronnie Rodriguez.
I'm not going to show this, but I know Jacoby's frustrated. He could have run harder down there. 98% of the time it's an out, right? Just never know. You got to give a good long leg of effort there. In case it drops that one time. You see it happen every year.
Rodriguez is 0 for 4. He struck out in his last at bat. He's got a couple of ground balls as well and a pop up.
Got a feeling these guys know each other.
Popped him up. Third base side for Chapman. 2 gone.
Well, Ronnie, he's a swinger. He's going for the downs. Can't say he's not making an effort to end this game. Got one a little out of the zone there. There's 2 away. Got to leave it up to Nick.
Castellanos.
2 singles and a steal for Castellanos. He got himself in a scoring position in the 9th with 1 out, but Tryon got a ground out and a strikeout to end that threat. How about a long ball here?
Yeah, it'd be good. If you're Gardy and you're the coaching staff over there, you know, these guys are trying. You might be asking, you know, I've been talking a little bit about swinging at the first pitch or bad pitches. But again, it looks easy on TV. I'm going to tell you, when you're at the plate, that might have looked good. And I don't think you say anything because these guys are prepared. I don't think it's a real good time to teach while they're, you know, they're in the game competing. Yeah. Oh yeah. You pat them on the tail, say get them next time. And then maybe at another time after the game, if you win, or the next day, or 3 days later, you know, say, you know, tell me what you're thinking right there. And Tommy Brookins, who I was reminded in Cooperstown, he swung at a ball that hit the grass off Jim Kern. Okay, and Sparky asked him, "How'd you swing at that?" He said he was looking for it. He said he's going to try and waste one on me. I'm not going to allow him to waste one. So.
It hit the grass?
It hit the grass. Because everybody told him that he threw 100. So a guy spins a curveball off and Tommy, he swung at it. He said, oh no, he's not wasting that on me.
Nick looks at a strike on the outer edge, and now 2-2 Castellanos.
Oakland outfield is deep as well. They're trying. Everybody's trying to cut off the extra base hits now. See, barely in the picture here. They're back there where it's dark. It's dark out back there against that wall. That
3-2.
It was about a 57-footer, wasn't it?
It was. Didn't quite hit the grass. It was a lot closer.
Here it is. Nick was flinching. I think he wanted to make sure he didn't hang it. Look at LaCroix playing goalie. The responsibilities that you all have right now in this tie game in the extra innings.
Got him. Strike 3. Castellanos tried to coax a walk, and he's caught looking to end the 11th. We go to the bottom of the 11th inning here in Oakland. Still
defense. Cincinnati did not, but they're playing against Oakland tonight. And here we go again. We're locked in a defensive battle. Scotty right here, game-saving catch. Right here, you get a great play by Iglesias. What's new? Good tag by Jamer, and then the double play to get out of the inning in the 10th. And when's this going to end? Keep making plays. Got to hit some balls hard, I guess. The pitching has been outstanding.
That it has. Both starters, Anderson and Hardy, were flirting with no hitters tonight. Now as we go to the bottom of the 11th inning, Jonathan Lucroy will lead things off against Alcantara. And Lucroy looks at ball one.
Now if you're Nick Castellanos, you're saying, where's that? That last pitch was probably 4 inches off. And Lucroy did a great job of framing that pitch and baited and got the call. He didn't bait him. It's just what they do. I mean, the zone's been pretty consistent tonight. It was tight early, opening up a little bit right now. You get 2 strikes, you got to swing. Pat Holberg is doing the best he can, just like the players. But it does make you mad, you know. You're up there at the plate, trying so hard.
Especially in a game like this where inches count so much. Both teams have had opportunities late. Both teams have certainly battled.
Who hit that ball just fouled on the first base line?
Hicks.
Hicks hit it. Oh, Seal Country dropped the ball. There's a guy on base, that would have been a balk.
That would not have been good. Bouncing ball towards short, Iglesias. There's one out.
So I don't know if anybody saw this, but Victor's trying to get his grip here. It just slips out of his hand. He's on the mound though. So if there's a guy on base, that would have been a balk. But there wasn't. He gets a weak ground ball from Lucroy to start the bottom of the 11th. And when you see guys make, you know, Lucroy, it's kind of a decelerating swing right there. Those are good pitches. Those are very deceptive. You got to give the pitchers credit. You just can't expect the hitter to hit everything.
Ramon Laureano, I should say, is 0 for 3, major league debut, looking for his first major league hit. I can wait.
Laureano 0 for 3.
2-0.
He gets on, you know he's going to want to steal, huh?
The clean-shaven Mike Fiers.
Rally shave?
Rally shave, yeah. In there, a strike call, 2-1 on Laureano. Top of the order, Semien waiting on deck.
I'll give the home plate umpire credit. He's answered every question, kept total composure and control of the game.
Strike 2.
I think that's a good pitch right there. Right at the bottom of the zone, good movement. The umpires they work a lot on these types of situations. You get into games right now, any little play, pitch makes a difference.
Swing and a miss. Laureano is gone. 2 away. Nice job by Alcantara.
There's the pitches.
Now batting shortstop.
The last one right, just running off the outside edge.
Semien.
And he gets the swing. You get ahead, that's what happens. 2 down. How's your scorebook looking over there?
Oh, plenty of room. Here is Semien, who is 0 for 4. Rolled foul, 0-1. Semien came in with 3 consecutive multi-hit games, but he was shut down by Blaine Hardy. Coleman got him in the, or rather Wilson got him in the 9th.
You know, both teams had off day yesterday, right? Sometimes you get these type of games after off days. You feel like you need them, but sometimes you come back just a little off, a little sluggish. So Tigers win tonight. Stay tuned tomorrow, though. Could be a Donnybrook. Not Donnybrook going this tonight. A little different type. Somebody wait for that one big punch.
Now Semien waits, and he'll take outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. If the Tigers can get it to the 12th, they will have Goodrum, Hicks, and Martinez. 3, 4, and 5 in tonight's lineup.
We'll go a couple more innings. I'll be up for like 24 hours.
Nice.
Yeah, excited. We're getting into dig in for a big long one here. Gotta like it.
There you go. No, he did not, says Jerry Davis. That looked close enough to call strike 3.
It did. So it's 10-1 at home. Gotta like it. Get this. Oh boy.
Oh, he went. Or at least close enough to call it.
Yeah, he went.
Here's the 2-2. High ball 3. He didn't go that time.
He almost swung though. He's swinging. Count on that.
Here's the 3-2. Fouled away. Waiting on deck is Chapman. Should Semien reach?
Don't want to see the next guy, Jed Lowry, who's been tough on the Tigers this year. Was 11 for 21.
Yeah. Line right at the second baseman. Rodriguez had him played beautifully, and the inning is over. Let's go to the 12th.
That doesn't mean it hasn't been an entertaining game to this point. I know right before we cut to break, we talked about Mike Fiers. I guess it's like the opposite of the rally beard because Mike decided he was going to shave his face. First time I've seen him all season without him. When I talked to him earlier today, I said, Mike, what's up with the facial hair? And he said, I felt like I needed to change things up. Here's the problem, Gibby. He forgot his razor, so he had to use the one from the hotel. And when you're trying to shave a face like the one he had and the top of his head, he used the same razor for both. That could be tough to accomplish.
That feels like a dry shave.
I also forgot my razor and had to shave with the, I think I missed a spot on my upper lip, but he looked clean. Fire's got it all.
Apparently some really good razors at the team hotel.
It's true.
There's a ball low to Nico Goodrum, who leads things off here in the 12th inning. Nico, then Hicks, and then Victor Martinez. We are still scoreless.
Looking for a boost.
Nico swinging a miss.
That's Petit. He's got a great changeup. And you can't crack this guy. He's got great thought process. Again, he knows that you're going to be aggressive, and that's what he likes.
Swung on and missed, and Nico's out of there. One gone. It'll be the second strikeout for Petit.
He's just looking right up there.
Now batting, number
Outside
55,
corner.
John Hicks.
You get in these games long, everybody's thinking about ending it. You're a coach, you say, hey, get up there, get a single. Let's single him to death. But it doesn't, just your mind doesn't work that way.
Petit's been around a while with several different big league teams. The Marlins, he's been with the Diamondbacks, the A's, the Angels, the Nationals. Giants. A lot of ball clubs. Went up top that time, and Hicks went fishing. Little number. Petit will throw him out.
A fair number, unfortunately, 2 down.
A fair number. 2 away now, and that'll bring up Victor Martinez.
Number 41, Victor
You got an idea.
Martinez.
Got an idea right here. Victor's going to hook one inside that 330 marker and that pole down the right field line.
What do you, if he hits a home run, what do you vow that we do? Pay a price.
Well, now the key word there is we and not me, so we're both in this.
Yeah, we're in it. I wouldn't do that to you. Oh, you go
don't make
first.
it too crazy. You better hurry up, but don't make it too crazy. Fouled back 0-1.
How about you shave your mustache?
What are you gonna do? That doesn't sound like a we.
I
It
will.
sounds more like a you.
I will just shave the middle of my head only.
Let it be told that I do not agree to this. It's still under consideration.
Come on.
I'm considering it.
You want to go back to the dip in the bay?
No, we're not doing that. That's a little too chilly. There you go, Gibby. We'll see if he's in.
Yeah. Well, the mustache wouldn't be anything for him. We don't want to do him. He's on the wrong side.
That's true. 0-2 on V-Mart. One and two the count.
Sometimes you got to get a little goofy, just get a little energy. You know, these
right.
wear you down.
Let's go. Come on, V-Mart. This is the ballpark for Victor, 346 career. The bouncer foul, first base side.
Yeah, Petit, he doesn't look like he's got that much, but I'm telling you, the guy's a veteran guy. Throws the ball, elevates it. He's got good movement on his pitches. Fastball, changeup. Will throw a breaking ball. Knows better than throwing it down the plate. Doesn't make very many mistakes. There's Greeny up there. What's that, the 3rd inning?
Yes.
3 innings he's been warming up.
V-Mart spoiling one, staying alive. You were talking about the art to that. If you're Shane Green, you've got to warm up, but you really can't get hot until someone gets in a scoring position or it appears a score is imminent.
No, he's hot right now. I mean, he's going to feel it tomorrow. If not tomorrow, the next day for sure. But he's trying to stay just about hot so he can get out here quick and throw some pitches if the Tigers would score. Come on, Victor.
2-2 on Martinez. Should Victor reach, Candelario is on deck.
Candy swung the bat good. I like it.
Flare down the left field line, way foul, and it's going to drop in foul ground. Long run there for Chapman.
Yeah, he was running right towards that mound right there too. He's way over in shortstop. He's got to go about 100 yards. He sees where that mound is. You have to extend right there. That's a tough one.
Normally, under normal conditions, would have caught that ball, but he is playing the shift, so there's just way too much real estate to cover.
Going to come inside. No, they're going away.
Victor trying to shoot one down that left field line. This will be pitch number 9 coming up to Victor Martinez.
They'll have to pitch hit for Victor if he gets on.
Pitch run.
Yep. Probably Reyes, you think?
You got Reyes, Ducey, and Gerber, so yeah.
Coming in.
Swing and a miss. Down he goes. He struck him out. Third strikeout for Petit. We go to the bottom of the 12th. Up in a dandy of a duel. They both went 7 and pitched extremely well. Only 3 hits between them. Castellanos has had a nice night here for the Tigers, but as we look at this one here, Gibby, obviously the little things can help you win a ball game, but both teams have had some major chances at the back end of this game.
They have. When you get into tight games like this, it's just people make defensive plays, they make defense, the level of concentration comes up. The Tigers bring in Buck Farmer, and now they're on their 5th pitcher, so you know, everybody's digging deep into the bullpens, into their benches. It's one of those games.
I got a Snickers. I got a mini Snickers and a chocolate sphere of some kind.
How about a banana?
No, I don't have
You don't have one of those? You got a banana? Well,
beggars can't be choosers.
How about a Parky pill? About due for one.
Here come the A's now as we go to the bottom of the 12th.
If I start slurring my words, just pop me one.
I'll let you know. Buck Farmer is on now for the Tigers. Farmer replaces Alcantara, who went 2 innings.
Did a good job. He's throwing the ball way better. Even in spring training, it wasn't as impressed as I am now. Victor's improved quite a bit. They missed that one. Pitch McCann's mumbling.
Chapman, Lowry, Davis, 2, 3, and 4 here in the 12th for the Athletics. Inside, and the count rolls to 2-1.
That banana carried a fruit fly, and I think it went right in my nostril. Sorry.
You're unreal. Chapman had a single in his last at bat, the 9th inning, and he'll shoot that one foul. One out of 4 tonight. Here's the story of this one. Still nothing but zeros. Ground ball left side. It's backhanded by Iglesias. Throws high. Got him. Nice play by Hicks there to hold on to the bag. One gone.
That'll bring up Jed Lowry, 7th inning. We had a perfect game going, then just a no-hitter going, and Jed Lowry broke that up and got a base hit here. Iglesias with a noble try, but he went on to get doubled off by a Matt Olson double play ball. And here we are with zeros on the board.
So Lowry, with 2 more hits tonight, now has 11 hits and 21 at bats against the Tigers this year.
Nemesis.
.68 driven in this year for Lowry. That is good for his 7th in the American League. Made the AL All-Star team this year.
Yep, he's a good switch hitter. About even from both sides. Hits with men in scoring position.
2-0.
Yeah, just has a sense.
Not really many superstars on this A's team, if any at all. They just have a lot of glue guys. Lowry is one of those glue players. Chemistry has been very good on this A's team. There's a swing and a high drive into right field, way back to the track, to the wall. Castellanos makes the catch. Oh, Nick goes all the way to the wall to make the play.
Look at these guys. Look at their face. That hit the marine air right there. Looked like that might be gone. Nick got back there quickly and it just died. We talked about it at the beginning of the game. Sun goes down. Air gets thick. Gave her all he had. 2 down.
Well, it sounded like it was going to end the game. 2 away. And a look of frustration for Jed Lowry. Here is Chris Davis. Strike 1 on Davis.
Now you can kind of look at the faces of these guys. It's tiring right now. It's relentless. You got to really force yourself. Over 4 hours for the game right now. 3 hours, I'm sorry. Well, I got my watch on Michigan time, so it's 10 o'clock. Yeah,
that would be a 7-hour game then.
Yeah, yeah. 3 hours seems like a longer game.
Well,
because every pitch has been so high leverage. You know, one pitch will do it.
Had it ended normal time, it would have been about a 2-hour game if we had played 9. But yeah, it was moving along. Oh man, there's a big rip by Davis.
Yeah, he's definitely not thinking single, is he?
No.
Ice his neck after that swing. keep it away. Tigers have done a good job of that today. Really haven't messed around inside at all. James McCann back there behind the plate. He's got a real good idea. He's watched all these guys, where they come into the box, where they've lined up, where they've made adjustments. Do they get closer? Are they moving off? Are they moved up closer to Farmer? He knows where everybody's toehold is in there.
Here's the 1-2. Grounder up the middle, but there's Rodriguez. Ronnie throws him out, and that'll end the inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left. On to the 13th.
He's hoarding them. Trust me, he teased me. He said, "You want a Snickers?" And then he put it in his pocket. Oh yeah.
Like a squirrel, man. I'm hiding my Snickers over here. All right, Candelario leading it off now against the new pitcher. It's Emilio Pagan. He has come on for the 13th, and Jamer waves and misses. Candelario, McCann, and Iglesias in a scoreless game.
Was asking the question. The longest Tigers game this year was opening day, 13 innings. That was against the Pirates, right?
It was.
They had to play at the plate.
That was that controversial ending. The Tigers had to win, but they overturned it.
They double won it though, didn't it?
No, the Pirates won that.
So they won that first game. And then Oakland on the 18th of April, 14 innings against the White Sox. So not even close. Because we are at the top of the 13th, bottom of the 13th.
Well, Pagan, his splits are pretty good for left-handed batters. They bat 300 against him. Righties bat only 195, so we'll see if Jamer can get on here in the 12th.
Jamer's swinging the bat good. He might be a high pick tomorrow. Hit the ball the best except for Nick.
Swing and a miss, down he goes. Strikeouts starting to pile up late now for the A's bullpen.
Breaking balls, they're throwing a lot of those.
Now batting,
Petit threw one of
number
those
34,
last inning to
James
Victor
McCann.
and Nico.
Hayes bullpen now with 8 strikeouts. Here's McCann. Brought something up last half inning, Gibby, which I always find interesting when you get late in the games or late games where you go 10, 11, 12, 13. How you really have to fight the urge to just try and hit one out and end this ball game right now.
Yep, and I would tell you that it's a way different game in the American League than it is in the National League. Just think, we're at what, 5 pitchers now, and Oakland is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. Start running out of pitchers in the National League, so at least they don't have to worry about that. They do need to get on Pagan.
Meanwhile, Shane Green is once again throwing in the bullpen, and he's bringing it pretty good right now. He's been up since the 9th inning in this one. Swing and a miss by Mack, a big swing. Let it all hang out on 2-0.
Yep, and we watched Chris Davis do the same thing. Going for the downs. Why not?
Ooh, up and in, look out. That'll make it 3-1.
This pitch is going to be away.
High fly ball, shallow center field. It's Laureano, and that is out number 2.
Well, let's take a look. You start to look at somebody gets on base. Do I pinch run for him? Do I pinch hit here? Here we go with the Oakland Athletics. You see the bench there. They only have Josh Fegley, the catcher. Bullpen, they got Butcher, Doe, Trevino, J.B. Wendelken. They're pretty good pitchers right now. We'll show you the Tigers shortly.
Iggy with a double in this game. In fact, it was his double that broke up the perfect game for Brett Anderson in the 6th.
Just a double, Iggy. Come on. Don't try to hit it out here. Looks like he's swinging for it, doesn't he?
With that one, yes. Pagan is out of the Seattle system. They traded Ryan Healy to get him. 6'3", 205. And Iglesias looks at a ball low.
Looks like Oakland really have went fastball to the curveball late in this game. 2-1 the count.
Jones on deck. Two and two on Iglesias. Well, even Pagan throws 94. We haven't even seen Trevino yet. They've used Familia. They've used Trine in their closer for 2 innings. Fouled away.
I think he waited. Mackey's really guarding against that hook. Got a little stinger there.
Oakland got 2 innings on a Petit, and now Pagan here in the 13th. Fouled away and not going down without a battle.
Crowd is thinned up with the Bart. What does that run to 11?
Not sure how late the Bart runs.
It's Friday night. It might be a little What is it? The BART 11 o'clock?
BART, of course, the Bay Area Rapid Transit is the train that brings you back into the city. You planning on taking the BART tonight?
No, but I'm just saying some of the fans might.
You gonna hitchhike? How you getting back?
I did have to do that in Cooperstown, by the way.
Did you really?
Yeah. I was walking in the middle of
You did not hitchhike.
in the country, and it started raining. My hair was, I had it done for the Eve festivities, so I didn't want to ruin it.
I had it done for the festivities. And Iglesias flares another one back out of play.
Yeah, I mean, it's out in the boondocks, you know. From the Clark Center where they have it, probably a mile to my house, so I was out there in the middle of the cornfield taking shortcuts.
Nice.
And here we are in beautiful Oakland today. The Tigers are ready to win a game.
Iggy's gonna have some good happen in this at bat. He has been battling.
And I've gotten a little goofy tonight. That's a good sign.
It is a good sign. With the pounds and pounds of sugar you've been eating the past couple days.
It's not because of that, trust me.
Another foul back out of play by Iglesias, and he's driving Pagan nuts here. 2 outs, nobody on in the 13th.
You're naming all my snacks. How about your snacks? How about that ice cream you tried to sneak up here?
Well, no, that was a fruit bar. That was not ice cream. That was a fruit bar. It was healthy.
I'll look at the ingredients tomorrow.
This will be the 10th pitch coming up in this at bat.
Monique.
He's gone 3-2 now on Iglesias.
Tigers have stolen a couple of bases tonight, so Casty's got one, Candy's got one. Iggy's capable should he get on.
Three and 2 on Jose Iglesias. And he popped it up. Shallow center field. Who's going to get there? It's going to be the... Oh, it's going to drop. The second baseman, Lowry, appeared to be going to make the play, and it dropped between Lowry and Laureano. Oh, what a break for the Tigers. 2-out base runner. Now make them pay.
Well, yeah, she's thinking that he's going to get called off. Took it for granted. And there's the young
Number
kid, the
21,
rookie.
Jacoby Jones.
Iggy probably could have ran a level faster. We just talked about it, right? I mean, this is just how it happens.
He'd be on second right now.
Yeah.
In scoring position.
But it's just how the game works on you. Tired, frustrated, but he can still steal.
Now here is Jones. Go ahead run is aboard. Meanwhile, Pagan now has to regroup. A 10-pitch at bat. He got what he thought was going to be the final out. Now he's got to dig deeper.
There's opportunities out there. You got to be ready.
That is popped up foul. Let's see if there's room. There is not. Back out of play.
All right. Let's look at the Tigers card now. We had the Oakland card. Tigers still got the full bench there. Alcantara, Coleman, Farmer, and Alex Wilson out. So they got 4 pitchers left as well. No infielders throwing in sight. Got good options at the bench. Could come into play.
Ooh. 94, and he threw it by him. 0-2 on Jacoby.
Jacoby, they go up top with the fastball. They try and get him to chase. 0-2. He probably won't throw him a strike. Try and get it down. There's the alignment. Just put it in play. Jacoby's got great wheels. Put the pressure on him, maybe force a mistake. the Tigers have done a good job. They have the 2 stolen bases, so obviously Oakland's not going to not be consumed by that thought. So they may get him to throw one away.
Jim Ducey has picked up bat and his helmet. He is on the bench. You got Rodriguez next. If it gets there. Ball high. There's the Ducey. We told you that lefties bat 300 against the right-hander.
So they're trying to set Jacoby up. Went high heater, 1 and 2. They try and drop that curveball in now.
Runner goes. Ball high. Throw down to second.
Go.
Into center field. Up is Iglesias.
Throw it away.
He will go to third, and he is. Oh, he's out at third.
I don't think so.
Iglesias tagged out. Tigers almost certainly will look at this.
Yeah, I don't think he's unless he came out the bag.
Tag was made by Chapman. And we've got to review. The Tigers are going to look at this.
You have nothing to lose. You got to do it. I thought he was safe from the eye up here. Did he come off the bag? I don't know. I like the play, even though there was 2 outs. You hope, like, even you're going into third base there, the ball hits you, rolls into the big space here, and you get up and score a run.
Brian Knight made the call at third base.
Not really.
The call is
good
out. It's going to be hard to overturn this one, I think.
But that view.
Runner was called out.
Here's a pretty good look right here. He might have got him in the hand. It is so close.
You're not going to overturn
No,
it.
yeah, he's out. They're not overturning this. So Iggy trying to get an extra 90 feet. He's thrown out, and so we will go to the bottom of the 13th.
53 seconds.
Half inning is over.
And watching you and Trammell and, you know, the guys on those teams, that's kind of where I first saw it. And, you know, the other teams know, especially when you're not a high payroll team, that and maybe not household names, but the other teams have to know you're coming all the time, that you play 27 outs as hard as you possibly can. And even when you lose, the other team knows that, you know, at the end of the game, phew, glad we beat those guys, you know, and you got to come out and get after it again the next day. So I learned that early in my career, actually, from Sparky and you guys in the Tiger days.
It's Bob Melvin and his conversation with Gibby before the game here tonight in Oakland. We'll be bringing you much of that conversation throughout the weekend, but paying homage to his background and what he learned over the years.
Well, he was drafted by the Tigers, and his teams always play hard. And the question was, you know, what is it about your teams? And that was his answer.
Nick Martini is leading things off. It'll be Martini here in the 13th, and Piscotti and Canna.
You know, the Tigers have been pressuring Cincinnati, and they didn't handle it well. And the A's just handled it. Just a good attempt by Iglesias and a good play by Oakland. You got to tip your hat.
2-2 on Martini, who's in his third stint with the Athletics. .318 this year against right-handed pitching. I'll tell you what, we might be in the 13th. We may have been here a while, but those guys bang on the drums in the outfield. They have not slowed down.
They'll be outside too.
They are working overtime tonight. Foul back by Martini. Buck Farmer came on the 12th and got him 1-2-3. Now he's working here in the 13th.
Does that make you think of the name Martini?
What's it making you think of?
A win and a martini.
It's pretty simple. Oh.
Just under the zone. There they go. There's a little fan club right there. Bats the stir. Got the olive there. Buck's going to shut him down right here.
The 3-2. Walked in ball 4. The leadoff man is on. So Martini is aboard. We'll bring up Piscotti.
Now batting right fielder, number 25, Steven Piscotti.
Piscotti has a double and a game-saving diving catch in right field as well. Driven in the air toward left field. Going back to the track, to the wall, and caught there by Nico.
Jammed him.
One away. It's 2 balls hit just about to the wall. One by Jed Lowry in the 12th inning, and now Piscotti here in the 13th. Canna bounced into a double play in the 10th. Let's see if Buck can get him to hit the ball on the ground.
He's going to be swinging hard. You know that. They're going to probably throw something off speed.
It'll pop up shallow center field. And Jacoby is on to make the play. 2 gone.
Jacoby always comes in there and looks like he's going to throw behind the runner. You really want to calculate whether you want to do that. Throw the ball to the base, it hits him, bounces off. Low percentage play. You got to play high percentage baseball from here on in.
Lucroy is 0 for 4. In there, a strike called on Lucroy. Tigers out of the bullpen tonight have gone with Coleman. Alcantara went 2 innings. And now Farmer in the 12th and 13th. Which bullpen will blink first here tonight?
Not ours. Not going to give it up. Got a few pitches thrown tonight. I'm trying to add them up here. Lane Hardy, what he had, 106. That's 119.
Here's the 1-1. 2-1 now. The count on Lucroy. The rookie Laureano waiting on deck.
Tiger pitchers, 175 pitches going into this inning.
It's amazing how this game started with both Hardy and Brett Anderson flirting with no hitters in the middle part of this game. That ball hit back up the middle into center field, and that will send Martini to second. So a single for Lucroy. 2 on now with 2 outs.
Fastball caught the middle of the plate. Martini decides to stop. First and second, 2 down.
So here is the rookie Laureano again making his major league debut. Was just called up today. Had a chance to put his team ahead in the 8th, but couldn't do it. And now a chance to win it here in the 13th.
So you got 2 ground outs and you got 2 strikeouts for Laureano. If you're an outfielder, do you play deep or do you come in shallow and anticipate the ground ball?
In there, strike 1 on Laureano. He fanned in the 11th inning.
Tell you, Martini way off second base. Right? See a throw behind him. Tigers outfielders have moved in a little bit. I think you got to be in shallow enough. It's the fly ball. You got to go get it.
Oh, 0-2.
Good job, James. Way to cover that up. I just think it's 350 pitches or so total. James has done half those. Look at how quick he is right here. He's on it. It's a tiring position physically and mentally. He's going to bounce another one. He's smart.
The A's only have Fegley on their bench, and he is the other catcher they have, so they want to save him. Laureano hitting here with 2 outs in the 13th, 2 men on. Driven toward right field. Castellanos on the run, not going to get it. And that is a game winner for Ramon Laureano. His first major league hit wins the ball game. The A's walk off the Tigers on Ramon Laureano's first major league hit and RBI and walk-off.
Well, we talked about it. Where do you play if you're an outfielder? Tigers are in the proper position. This guy just hits a bullet on a hanging breaking ball. He knew it right away. So did Buck. And the Tigers are going to go down in a great game tonight and have to regroup for tomorrow.
3 hours and 32 minutes, and the A's win it in the bottom of the 13th inning. And now we send you to the Coliseum Studios. Mickey York, Rod Allen with Tigers Live postgame. All right.